Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. Sometimes known as Betty Cheng and Regina Yuan in the past, the outstanding and beautiful Cheng Pei Pei unfortunately passed in July of 2024 due to a rare disease similar to that of Parkinson's, of which she had been diagnosed with around 5 years prior. Born in Shanghai on January 6, 1946, Cheng Pei Pei made the move to Hong Kong in the early 60s at the age of 16, where her skills in ballet and dance landed her a job with the very popular Shaw Brothers studio. After starring in films such as The Last Woman of Shang, Lover's Rock, Song of Orchid Island, and The Lotus Lamp, Cheng would shoot to stardom with her role as Golden Swallow in Keen Hu's 1966 epic Come Drink With Me, a solid favourite with many Hong Kong film fans the world over. The same year would also see her star as the white-boned demon in Ho Ming-hua's films The Monkey Goes West and its sequel, Princess Ironfan. Without hardly taking a break, Cheng Pei Pei's film schedule would explode, quickly cementing her place as one of the original queens of Kung Fu cinema, with leading roles in films such as The Thundering Sword, The Jade Raksha, Dragon Creek, Flying Dagger, Dragon Swamp, and Golden Swallow in 1968, which would see her return as the titular character that made her famous in the aforementioned Keen Hu movie. Things would take a turn in the early 70s, with Pei Pei only starring in 7 titles between 1970 and 74, before moving to the States to settle down and raise her 4 children. This era of films included a cameo in The Yellow Muffler, as well as leading roles in the fun Lady of Steel, Brothers 5, The Shadow Whip, Lady Hermit, Whiplash, and None But the Brave, aka The Heroine and Kung Fu Girl, which would also see an appearance by a young Jackie Chan. It would be almost a decade before the film world saw the return of Cheng Pei Pei, starting with a role in Lee Cho-nam's Lady Piranha, aka Virgin Commandos, Keen Hu's historical drama All the Keen's Men, and Alex Law's fantastic Painted Faces alongside the great Sammo Hung and late Lam Ching-ying, a co-production between Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest, and the first time she would have worked with them both since the late 1970s. It was clear that the Hong Kong film world had drastically changed since her previous apartment, but being as versatile as she was, Cheng was happy to adapt and would go on to appear in films such as Stephen Chow Sing-chi's hilarious Flirting Scholar, Wing Chun, The Gods Must Be Funny in China, How to Meet the Lucky Stars, The Spirit of the Dragon, and A Man Called Hero, among others. But it would be her role as the deadly Jade Fox in the Oscar-winning and globally loved Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon that reminded the world just how amazing this Kung Fu queen of yesteryear really was. Back in high demand, Pei Pei would split her time between television shows and movies, both in the East and in the West. These included roles in Hong Kong films such as Philip Koh's Shadow Mask, sometimes known as Black Mask 3, alongside Fan Su Wong, before joining both him and Sammo Hung again in Flying Dragon, Leaping Tiger the following year. After impressing in Tony Ching Sudung's Naked Weapon, Cheng would star in Wong Jing's Sex and the Beauties, Flirting Scholar 2, the Jackie Chan-produced legendary Amazons with director Frankie Chan, Jingle Ma's Speed Angels, and many more, eventually ending her career with a role as the matchmaker in the live-action Disney film Mulan, alongside Liu Yufei, Donnie Yen, Jet Li, and Gong Li respectively. It's also worth noting that all of her 4 children have went on to work in the entertainment industry in one way or another, with both her daughters Marcia and Eugenia Yuan following closely in her footsteps. The latter would be most recognised for her role as the blind enchantress in the hugely underrated sequel Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sword of Destiny, although also appeared with her mother in Flying Dragon, Leaping Tiger, as well as other Hong Kong titles such as The Eye 2, The Drummer, and Revenge of the Green Dragons. Equally, her sister Marcia has impressed a number of times over the years with her roles in Undiscovered Tomb, Snake Charmer, Men Suddenly in Black 1 and 2, Around the World in 80 Days with Jackie Chan, Shaolin vs. Evil Dead Ultimate Power with Fan Su Wong and Gordon Liu, and the bizarre Invincible Dragon, among many others. Whether it's classic wuxia or crazy kung fu comedies, it's fair to say that a star such as Cheng Pei Pei will never be forgotten and will forever be hailed as one of the greatest kung fu queens of Asian cinema. And while I never had the pleasure of meeting Pei Pei, it's clear to see via her time in the movies, through interviews and behind-the-scenes footage, that she was a very humble and kind person. And while it's often hard to comprehend that yet another legend of Hong Kong cinema has left our world, it's good to know just how much amazing content we can go back to again and again to relish in the beauty and talent that is Cheng Pei Pei.